Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
Enough. Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
Arlene Newman. Arlene, thank you so much for coming.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Teddy, for having me one of your top 10.
Thank you. Thank you.
First 10. First 10.
Thank you. Thank you. Now let's play elevator.
Oh, okay. Woo.
We're on the elevator.
Yes.
We're on the elevator with Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
Okay. We're on the first floor. We're going to the 8th floor, which is all of about 30 seconds, maybe, right? 45 seconds.
Okay.
What do you want Steven Spielberg to know about you?
I'd say, hey, Steven, how you doing? Aloha. I'm from Hawaii. My last name's Newman, like Paul Newman, so you'll never forget it. I'm available to work. Love to hear from you.
Nice.
Simple, sweet, nice. One thing I learned from an amazing casting director, I believe she's still doing it, is Margaret Ovasola. Many years ago when I first came to Hawaii, you know, just love her. But one day she said to me, she goes, Arlene, she goes, you got a great last name, don't ever change it. And I said, really? She goes, yes. She goes, Newman is easy. She goes, always tell people Newman like Paul Newman. They might think you're related. If they do, great. But it's easy to remember. And that's what you want to do. If there's 100 people auditioning, give them something. Oh, I remember that girl. What was her name? You know how people do that? What was their name? I remember their face. What was their name? So I always say Newman like Paul Newman. You won't forget me. Hopefully in a good way.
As far as being a young actress, okay, there's many young girls that's going to be watching this, and they're going to see themselves in you. You know, they're going to see the passion. They're going to see the bug. You know, they're going to say, okay, that's in me. Okay, yes. What can you say to them as a step one?
Step one.
Yes.
Okay, step one is to build your product. Because I've taken my product, which is me, very seriously. I have trained with a trainer in New York, New Hampshire, California, and Hawaii. I have a word that a lot of people have used on set or when they've worked with me, and they call me tenacious. Tenacious. Where I just, I don't give up. Yeah. And I try to be as nice as possible, but I don't give up because it's me. I've got to do what I need to do to make the best. I'm a product, and that's what everybody is. Yeah. I'm not a car. I'm not a telephone. I am me, and I am my product. Yes. So I have to be the best product I can. So part of that was changing my email, getting a website set up, and kind of keeping your ear, finding out what's going on, which you are very good at doing, which is so wonderful. And that's what I would tell any young person. Make a toolbox, a visual toolbox of everything you need. Write it down and get your website. Now with social media, back when I started, we didn't have social media. We didn't have all this stuff. Social media is so powerful. On the other hand, girls, watch what you put on social media, because I can guarantee if I was auditioning some people for something I've put like several $1 million in, I would be looking at your Snapchat, Instagram. I'd be looking up everything, how you are, definitely.
You know, to speak to that, that is a very good point, is to watch what you put. But I also try to tell actors, you got to watch what you not put.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because you can't sit here and say, I've done all this and I've done that. And they say, okay, let me go to social media and see it. And you go there and there's nothing about that.
Yeah.
It's nothing about the actor. It's nothing about the, so it's like, what you not put on there could be can be
Well,
bad
my
too.
Facebook, I got almost 5,000 people I don't know.
Exactly. But they know you.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you
great.
you don't know, and also with young kids too, I would also say you have to be careful. You have to be careful as a mom too, I would say. Be careful what you're putting out there.
Break that down. What's be careful of what?
There's predators out there. You girls got to be, nobody needs to see you in that cute thong. Seriously. I know you got a great body, and unless, modesty is always more. And I was a model,
Well said.
and I understand all that stuff. And girls don't understand what men see. And especially men that are a little, girls, you need to tone it down a little bit. Your beauty comes from, show that through your eyes. And that's another whole class. People study the eyes. There are people that know where to look. So when you're filming and that's your person, they're not there. It's a camera and you're doing your eyes to the camera, not to the person. And you gotta show that passion, show the love, show tears, give it all you got, but hold it back. You don't want to overdo it. You overdo it on stage because you need the people back in row 100 back there to whoa, see this, and you need to throw your voice. But when you're on set with a camera, you gotta show it. So my point is back to social media. Girls, show your love, show your kindness, show you with animals, show stuff that if that's what you want, if you want to get hired, if you want to be in this industry, promote that. Don't promote you on the beach with nothing on, okay? unless there's another industry you want to find. And even that one's not an easy one to get into.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking for someone, that's the last person I'm going to hire. I don't need that girl flirting with the rig guys. I need you to come to work, and and wardrobe will take care of your wardrobe.
Yes.
But no one's going to hire you for a Western if they see you with nothing on the beach. It's different. And yes, you can be physically active. I love these women that are in their 50s, showing their abs and working out, but it's modesty. That's all I can say,
Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
They came to kick my ass, and I'm like, that's not my fault. I'm doing what I'm told.
Because you know what? I know. He gets it.
But you kind of need a little bit of room to work a whip, and a cabin of the plane is not exactly.
Our actors will actually keep a tally of could I get someone to walk out of the show?
And it always ends in world peace.
Yes.
Is that it? I think so.
I love the toolkit.
Actor's toolkit.
Yes, to have everything you need, have all your tools there. And it's a great time to prep. What
You
is
could teach that.
I would love to teach
The
that.
actor's toolkit.
What do you
I love
need?
that.
What makes you cry? What is going to make you cry? What is going to make you laugh? What is going to bring this out of you? What is going to change this? What is going to give us the eyes that we know you're in deep pain and sad or whatever it is? It's the love and the passion for the craft.
Okay.
And I feel that I get such joy and fulfillment out of doing that. I just love it. I love being on set. I love acting. I love working as hard as I can. And I love it when it's hard, when you have a project and it's really hard. I recently had the opportunity to work on a Hawaii film.
Okay.
And it was called Go for Broke.
Go for Broke, yeah.
And I got to play Eleanor Roosevelt.
Nice.
Now, that project, which was, first of all, an honor to work on that, and I had worked with the writer and creator, Stacy Hayashi. And I said, Stacy, I love this story. I've been volunteering at the Arizona Memorial for years. I want to be on your project. What can I do? And she goes, we're only hiring mostly men and mostly Asian men and a lot of teenagers because it's got to be that time period of World War II based here in Hawaii, et cetera, et cetera. She goes, the only part I really have is Eleanor Roosevelt. I go, I want it. She goes, okay. So that's all she had to do was just give me an inch, and I took a mile. Right. So I ate, slept, drank Eleanor Roosevelt. I'd be on my bike at night watching, listening. I listened to every radio show she did. I listened to her voice. And it was interesting because Eleanor Roosevelt kind of had a high-pitched voice. Okay. But later on, when she was speaking at the UN, the United Nations, her voice was slower and a little deeper. And I'm like, this woman's been training. So I loved that challenge. So then I went through and I Googled everything about her, her height, her weight, her features. And I took her photos and I emailed everybody I knew that was working on the project saying, please put a good word in for me. You know you've worked on me. You know I'm a hard worker. You know I'll do the best I can. And these are all the things I have that are similar to Eleanor Roosevelt. We both have big teeth. We both have big lips. I go, we're both tall. And then I went through my wardrobe and I showed up and met with the director, Alex, and he was like, wow. I said, I can do it. Just tell me which voice you want, because her voice changed. And long story short, that was the most fun project to work on locally here. We filmed at the Hawaii Academy of Art, and I hope that we have more projects like that that hire locals, that they can see the range. And thank you, Teddy, for doing this so that whoever watches this will say, wow, we got someone, we need a tall blonde in the 30 to 100 range. Choose me. Right here. But I can also be a brunette, I can be redhead, I can be gray hair, you choose it, I can do it. And I work so hard to be what you want me to be. I will listen and I will follow directions.
And you just worked with Arlene on a project?
Yes, on my first Christmas. Yes, Arlene, oh man, she's awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. We just, I think she's back in Hawaii now, or she's traveling. I know she was going to China or something, but yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, I just worked with her on the movie, the Christmas movie we just did in New York, and had fun. And she sent me a bunch of chocolates. I got them. Thank you. And yeah, she's amazing.
Well, I have a long history with pageantry.
That's cool. I definitely want to hear about it.
But the biggest honor out of all of them was being crowned Mrs. Hawaii, 2005. And that was...
A late congratulations, but congratulations.
That is still probably one of the biggest honors and surprises. I had always wanted to do it, but, I was pregnant or having a baby, and I'd wanted to do it for a long time, and I figured, well, I've got a small window here. I might as well just try it. But, after you have a baby, you're not feeling like real pageantry, bathing suit. And so actually the girl that trained Angela was actually my trainer. And she's like, you'll love this story. Because you have a bathing suit competition, even as, an older experienced woman, I will say. So she took me to what is called now Macy's, put me in a bathing suit in 4-inch heels and made me walk around the store.
Oh my God.
Yes. So people are like, she goes, you got to get confident again in your body and who you are, because it's going to show out there. If you're like, I ain't 18 anymore. It's just, you've got to you've got to have that confidence. And it's one thing to be working out and exercise, but if you're going to compete on that level and then go to...
that's good advice.
Oh, it was great. And the other thing about Hawaii that everybody knows pretty much, and I feel very fortunate, I've helped several Mrs. Hawaii's go all the way up to first runner-up. I'm very proud of them, help train them, help work with them, is that Hawaii always does well. We usually always get Miss Congeniality. That's the aloha things, loving. We usually always win the bathing suit competition, but we don't always do so well in the interview. So one of the things that I had, because I had been trained in the mainland, I felt very confident in my interview. And so I drill the girls. When I work with them, I give them... So basically, for those of you that are not in pageantry, you have 5 questions that'll answer, 5 answers that'll answer all questions. And you know, it always ends in world peace.
Yes.
I would have to say world peace. Definitely world peace.
That's easy.
World peace.
World peace.
What is the one most important thing our society needs?
That would be harsher punishment for parole violators, Stan. And world peace.
Yes. I love that from Miss Congeniality. So I bring my team, which usually consists of, at least when I was competing before, of usually one of my sisters, because they all competed, and my mom, and we'd be, you got your team together. A lot of people spend, you know, $10,000 on having coaches. I had my team with me, Googling, knowing what's going on, all that type of thing. And of course, there's always politics with any pageant going on. But long story short, pageantry actually really helps you in the whole acting industry. You have to learn to think on your feet. You need to know how to answer questions. You need to be alert. You need to know eye contact, where you're looking. You need to have stage presence. And it's a really important, as if you're competing in pageants or in acting, to just be confident and be sweet and to be kind and to usher people in like you're ushering them into your home, like hospitality. And I think that's why everybody that gets to know a former Miss or Mrs. Hawaii loves them. We are just that, people love that. And I found when I was competing in the mainland, people were just running up to me for the simple fact I was from Hawaii. Everyone has that beautiful memory. They either want to go to Hawaii, or they have been to Hawaii, or they were there for some special thing. Maybe it was their honeymoon or travel. And they all have this connection with Hawaii. Every time you look at a beautiful beach scene, you're going, it just gives you that warm fuzzy all over, and that memory, if you're watching from the mainland, like, oh, I can't wait, I want to go there someday. Everybody has it on their bucket list. Go to Hawaii, go to Hawaii. Well, we have something really unique. We have the Aloha Spirit. We have this wonderful hospitality where people just come and they love our place. They love our state. And we can start with that. We're like, okay, besides the Aloha, besides the beautiful scenery, we have a melting pot of actors here. We got everything. We've got Caucasians, we've got Japanese, we've got Chinese, we got Hawaiian, we got Chinese with Hawaiian and Japanese and Caucasian. We got the whole melting pot here. And with that, we have all those wonderful cultures. We have all those wonderful cultures experiences. And with that, we also have an amazing bilingual community. We have people that not only speak Spanish, but Japanese and Chinese. So we have a lot to offer the world. So I encourage not just, them coming from LA, come from Japan, come from China. If you want to do a production here, come from Russia. Come here, but use us. So I encourage, hey, you want to make a film here locally? Let us know. But if you're coming from overseas or anywhere else, from Canada, bring your money. We take yen, we take Canadian dollars, we take the euros, whatever. But bring your productions here because we do have everything. Look no further. Everything is here. Everything. It is the most beautiful place, and they all look at the dollar sign or the bottom line. It's going to cost this, this, and this. But it'll cost this, this, and this, whether you're filming in Oklahoma or Atlanta. It doesn't matter where. You're going to have that, but you're not going to have the variety. If I can just talk a little bit about, I was on set one day here in Hawaii, I won't mention the production, and they had a Japanese guy. And I'm going, oh, he's so good. How come I don't know him? I haven't seen him in class. And after I'm like, hey, you know, my name's Arlene. How are you? It's so wonderful to see that they've hired a local actor for this part. And he goes, oh, no, they flew me in from LA. And I went, really? Really? They paid your airfare, your hotel, your per diem, when we have so many amazing, talented Japanese actors here?
Absolutely.
I was like, okay, so obviously somebody wasn't looking at the bottom line on that. So they were always talking about the money, but they have the money when they need to fly people out here. They need money when the producers are renting those big houses. They've got it for what they want it for. And so I would love to see Hawaii become somewhat like Atlanta. I would love to see that, okay, you don't get the tax break unless you hire not extras, you hire actors.
Next time on Hawaii Entertainment News.
Oh man. You know what? I don't know if I would have said so much better. But I've seen a lot of films where I look and I'm like, I could have been that guy. I could have been that guy. I could have been that guy. There's in that Shazam movie that just came out a couple of years ago, the father of the orphans. And he's a bigger guy, beard, long hair, and all my kids at the same time. Dad, that was you. That could have been you.
Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
Enough. Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
This is a video, which means we all have special skills. Is that it?
I think so.